So I applied to Bain Company through the structured recruiting process. When I was applying to Bain, I found it really useful to do some of the both group CV reviews and the one-to-one CV reviews with the Career Centre. For me, one of the big challenges was getting past that CV screen part of the process, because I have a kind of non-standard background in that I'd worked in a startup before I did my MBA. For me, the MBA was a real way to, first of all, find that learning in the content of the classes and courses in the MBA, but then also a way to jump into a more structured environment such as consulting. For me, I think the courses I found most useful in the MBA were things where I was learning hard skills. I found both the strategy course with Lionel and the advanced strategy course with Allegra to be really useful for learning some of the theory behind strategy. I also found the strategy concentration really interesting for taking that kind of formal structure of strategy theory and then seeing how it plays out in actual companies. I also really enjoyed the private equity class in third term, which wasn't something when I came into the MBA I ever thought I'd be interested in. But I think that's one of the great things about the MBA is you can really try and broaden those interests and pick up some courses which might not be directly related to where you want to go in your career, but are really interesting subjects that you want to learn about. So for me, the pieces of the MBA which really are tailored towards aiming for consultancy were, first of all, engaging with the consulting SIG at the start of the year, which is a really great way to make connections with other people who are aiming for consulting. And from there, find partners to start your case practice. So I did a consulting competition in my first term, and I'd really encourage you to kind of take those risks early on in the MBA so that you can see them as a learning opportunity rather than immediately something that you need to succeed at. I definitely switched sector and job function, and I arguably switched location. So before the MBA, I was working for a startup called Ticket. I was based in the US. After having done the MBA, I'm now a consultant in a management consulting firm and based in London. I think for me, the important thing to remember when you're doing an MBA is that everyone is running their own race, and understand what you want to get out of the MBA and focus on that rather than seeing what other people are doing. I thought of it as being 3 different sections of the MBA journey which I needed to focus on. There's the careers, there's the learning, and then there's the networking.